Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special event here, part of the Pike and Shotte mod for Napoleonic Wars. And this is set in the days of the British Civil War. So you will have obviously Parliament versus the Royalists. Look at this fine fellow, Clubman Ensign. And there's some fine drumming going on as well. Look at that. Militia drummer. Now this is a commander's battle. So you can see plenty of pikemen. The fine roundhead pikemen. Look at those. Don't they look lovely? Gentleman with a card in his mouth. How lovely. Irish mercenary musketeers. So you can see here the various fellows who are doing the commanding goodness. And you can see the scores. So look at this. Oh dear, look at this. And the pikes come in. Look at that massive, great big, huge, long pike. What a bunch of pikeys. So you can see now that the forces under the commander, and you can see very, very basic muskets, the early days of gunpowder. Even more inaccurate than the muskets of the Napoleonic War era. A parliamentary cornet. Let him come charging in. You can see massive amounts of murdering going on. And poor WRX3 has no weapon. And there's a fine flag here. The Royal Ensign. The Royalist Ensign trying to hold that flag. And he's getting barged and horsed to death. Oh, look at that fine shot into the horse. And here is Recruit Dutch defending himself against the attacking Poleman. And he's been stabbed brutally in the face. Down he goes. So you've got obviously Cajun, Dutch, and Stamos, and you've got on the opposing side Last Catholic in England. Oh, how lovely. What a great name. And you can see these polearm guys continuing to go after the horsey. And down goes the horsey. A parliamentary cavalryman is finished off. And you can see these fine fellows here. Irish mercenaries with muskets. And they're now making their way across the battlefield. You can see them get this fine work. And who's the last man standing? Who's going to be this poor sod all on his own? Could it be the commander? It's Dutch. In with that very customized, or I should say, very distinct helmet from that particular era. So poor old Dutch has decided to run. And he's going to the hilltop to make his last stand. Here you can see. Honorary give him a firing squad. So we'll have to see how that turns out for him. As WRX3 gets murdered. And here is Dutch. Making his way over to where a recent set 2 had begun. You can see here large amounts of forces and a cannon. A fine braided on the cannon. Look at that wheel. Isn't it lovely? The way that wheel was put together. The early days of cannoneering and all sorts of fun stuff. Who's leading? Last Catholic in England is after the recruit. And they shoot him with a pistol. And he's missed. And now it's sword. Mano, almost Mano. Oh, fine. Slice into the last Catholic. And in come the armed forces. He's going to try and keep them back. down goes Dutch. Shot by a mercenary musketeer. Those damn mercs, you can't trust them. And we're on to the next round of this commander battle. With Deducus. Look at that fine hat he's wearing. Leading the royalist forces. Let's just check. They do look rather royalist. Yeah, do look almost musketeer-like. With the pole arms and all that fun stuff. Look at that. Doesn't it look fantastic? And they're going to make themselves ready up on the top of the hill here, where they're going to be looking to maybe meet up with the fellows, their opponents, across the field. And you can see here plenty of scrubland, not many bushes to hide behind. So there we go. The commanding officer getting the guys together. Look at these pikemen. Don't they look fantastic? Under the command of the last Catholic. Fine moustache as well. And we're looking at royalist pikemen making their way forward. Also, toffed up to the nines. It's Black Watch 1745. Goodness me, look at him. Gayer than a box of frogs. Look at that. And now you can see them forming a defensive line. As the royalist drummers. Oh, listen to that. And in come the cav. Look at this. Charging in. And down goes multiple musketeers. Oh, heavens, this is going to be nasty. As these guys trying to defend themselves. And the pole arms may be doing a little bit of damage. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's never a good idea to go charging into a bunch of poles. That didn't go well for them. They got quite literally pole-axed. And as polers come in. Another one going down. This is the problem they're going to have. Trying to attack the pikemen. Oh dear. And there we have that one. We're on to the next bit. Well, look at this. The next round brings us a fort, a classic wooden designed fort. With fine moatage. Look at this lovely moating. And spiky defences. Random rocks that might make it easier to get in. We'll have to wait and see. Fine towers and, of course, a Kazi. So, it looks like they're going to be defending the fort. Cannons are in place. Look at that. Additional cannons. As well as these fine fellows will be defending. And we can stand up here. Who's this up here? It's Cajun. And in come the armed forces of the enemy. Oh, down he goes. Royalist Dragoon. Took a shot to the horse. As now you can see additional rollers come charging in. Look at this fellow. Oh, he's charging. Lifeguard of horse. Look at him. Armoured up to the eyebrows. And caught in the obstacles. And now they're trying to break down the defences. You can see here. Oh dear. They continue to try and defend. Royal Militia. Oh, no. Dodocus shot by a pikeman. How unfortunate. You've got these guys, mercenary musketeers, moving up. Over on the left-hand flank, you've got additional royalist and royalist militia. Firelock guards. Look at this guy. Doesn't he look handsome? And this is the charge they're making in. Can he make it over the top? He's going to get stopped, maybe. WRX3 fighting for his life. And they've fallen the horse. And there we go. Down goes Drazza, killed by the pikeman. And Cajun taking down a royalist musketeer. And look at that fine blocking by John Stammus. Going in for a little bit of a murderization. And takes down the royal pikeman. Now they need to reform the defences. We've got an engineer in here. Dodocus. And there's Dutch. There was Dutch. The commentator's curse rides again. So here you can see the pikeman and the lifeguard of horse trying to make their way in, including the horse. And they are defending as best they can. And look at this. The engineer is coming under some fire. And they're putting in wagons and all sorts of paraphernalia to just try and block them from coming in. The mercenary pikemen from Ireland get taken out. As you can see, the members of the mercenary militia, the firelock guard, and a slightly giraffe-like horse. Okay. Never seen a horse that piebald before. Right, horse. Looks like somebody... Looks like he was next to a paint factory when he exploded. But either way, you can see they've obviously still got some practice areas here. And a little hut for the defense of. And you can see the little arrow slits to make it a little bit more difficult. And, of course, a standard meeting place with sword and explosive box. Just in case you want to have a nice quick suicide pact with somebody. And I have to say, pretty big fort and only one toilet. So obviously there's no girls here. Because obviously you need, you know, the whole running thing with wherever you go, whatever situation or whichever building you go to.
May you blow them away like smoke as wax melts before the fire. May the wicked perish before God. Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people.
Well, quite.
Light to light of the Gentiles.
So, they're continuing to, ow, pray, as down here is a royalist dragoon who just shot someone in the back. A random horse has crashed. And these guys continue to defend. In comes a royalist cavalryman. Crashes into the wall. His horse gets hit. And this fellow, the dragoon, is in danger of getting piked. Down he goes. Piked in the face. And his horse is down. So, Dodocus bringing in a second cannon. And there's lots of praise jeebers going on out there. As the forces mount up, the royalist forces continue to move forward. Bring in their muskets and their additional firepower. And suicide jumping. Oh, God. Who parked this cannon? This is very poor parking. Do not approve of the parking job being done right now. Not sure what exactly they're trying to do, but either way, multiple members are being taken down. Oh no! They lost the drummer. And you can see last Catholic in England getting ready with his musket. The old flintlocks. And continuing to literally just barricade this. as much as they possibly can. I think they managed to get the cannon just on top of the barricade there, so that they can at least load it. As these members like John Stamos goes in for a quick stab and a grab, and unfortunately gets grabbed. As in comes a Royalist cavalryman. Look at that, he gets murdered very quickly indeed. But he manages to take down a few people on the way. Random horses relaxing. Just chilling, you know. Having a quick horsey break, as you do. I mean, look at them. They're both drunk at the bar. Just not on, is it? Just not on at all. So much for the whole temperous lifestyle of the cavalrymen. But apparently not. So there's Dazza. And these guys are having a pole poking session right now. Makes it sound somewhat rude, but hey-ho. As Royalist cavalryman comes in. And gets stabbed. Oh, that's a particularly brutal piece of kit. Look at that. That's very nasty indeed. So, John Stamos waiting. Taking down a Royalist cavalryman. And in comes the lifeguard of horse. He's going for the murdering. And this guy is armed to the teeth. Armoured up. And they're trying to take down his horse, so it fells him. That's exactly what's happened. And wow, he literally got rattled very quickly there. And what's this? This looks like a... Oh, what's going on over here? Oh dear, the Royalist Dragoons, not exactly what you call the smartest forces in the world. And down he goes. So, Cajun's out with his axe. Look at that. Covered in armour. And you can see now the opposing forces, the Royalists, backing up. And waiting. Look at this. A line of muskets await his pleasure. And so, here we wait. And down goes Cajun. Well and truly felled by the muskets. And in comes another. Who's this? It was John Stamos. Oh dear. So poor old John didn't make it. And now you've got this terrible musket line of the Royalist army to deal with. So. Oh, goodness. Somebody just got swapped to the other team. Balancing it out for a bit of fun and games. And look at, oh god, the amount of clean-up detail. Whoops-a-daisy. The amount of clean-up detail that's going to need to occur on this particular fort. Pretty bad. You can see here. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. So, we move back to the Royalist musket line, where they're holding their positions, and the cannonballs from Deducus are taking out multiple members of that line. But you've now got Dazza in there as well, with fine, beautiful piebald ponies. And down goes Dazza. Unfortunately, seems to have shot himself in the testicles. And lots of these guys are going Parliament. Whoa, cannonball. Oh, beautiful shot. Just beautiful. And multiple Irish mercenaries are now flat on their back. So you can see here the Royalist forces continuing to push the attack in towards the defending parliamentarians. Ho, Nelly! Musket shots, or sorry, I should say canister. As now we're watching WRX3 as these guys stand waiting. And they're going to have to back up again. Have to wait and see how it turns out. As in comes the canister shot from the cannons. As here, the Dukas doing the old cannon jib. And look at this, it looks like they're going to take a slightly different route, lining up on the left flank of the fort. And a fine volley coming in from the Royalist forces. Minus a few here and there. So, now you can see them all moving forward. Under the command of John Stamos. WRX3 is murdered on the outside of the fort. Oh, heavens. And let's have a look at Last Catholic in England's ping. 378. He could almost be in Australia. So, here they come. The Royalists charging into the fort. And over the top. They've broken down the barricades and down goes Dazza. Stabbed by a musketeer very quickly. Oh, it's Longman. And he's got his rifle. He's got the butt out. He's going in for a bit of butt action. He's currently stained. And there. It's fair to say they failed to hold the fort. No, Dutch remains. And he's under a lot of pressure. And he just got diddled in the worst way imaginable. Is there one person left? Oh, it's Dudukas. Currently waiting. There we go. It's a surprise. And he's trying to defend himself against the murdering. And you see him on the top of the tower. Dudukas Tower. As Dazza gets murdered again by a Royalist pikeman. And that weapon is particularly brutal. Look at that. That will bring tears to your eyes. Oh, he's flying. And he's diddled. There we go. Dudukas is fallen. And now you can see. Here's Dutch. In a safe position, or at least possibly. We got some butt action in the main square. With Dazza. Oh, fine butt work there. Up against a swordsman. Goes in for the first block. Goes in for a side block. Another rifle butt to the head. Oh, that overhead swing. Just brutal. Taking down his enemy very quickly. But he may not be able to... No, he won't. It didn't last very long, sadly, for him. As indeed it proved to be. Oh my goodness, random horse. Now a dead horse. And there's WRX3. There was WRX3. And now... in comes Dutch. And dies immediately. Literally snuffs it as soon as he lands. Yeah, that worked out well. So the last Catholic in England might still be standing. Well, down goes Dudukas and Lowman and last Catholic in England. And the Royalists have captured the fort. And so we're back on the next round. And again, they get a chance to defend themselves. So here, there's Deducus and Last Catholic in England. And Plague Doctor, WRX3, Dutch and Dazza. So now, oh goodness me, poor old John Stammer's got taken down almost immediately there by the Last Catholic in England. A fine shot, the commanding officer taken down. A very, very nice shot indeed. And we've got people drowning in the moat again. What is it with people in this moat? Royalist cavalrymen crashed their horses into the moat. Oh dear, never mind. So, in comes the charge. And here you can see mercenary musketeers going in for the attack. With Daz in with his lovely rifle butt. As you can see, Dutch also doing a good job of killing. Down goes the Last Catholic in England. As man manages to kill multiple mercenaries with a fine canister shot. And now you can see lifeguard of horse drowning as mercenary musketeers are falling. So, we move back to WRX3, going round and about with John Stamos, and now you can see Lolman forming a cannon a little bit further back in the main square. And taking down a few members of the armed forces. Up into the top goes Deducus. A safe position for him as Dutch takes down more musketeers. Oh dear. Oh, this is not looking good. Oh, this is definitely not looking good. As he's definitely the Last Catholic. Lawman gets in for a little bit of stab and grab. Fine slice work coming in from him. Oh, he's blocking like mad. Until he finally gets murdered. Oh dear, this doesn't look good. WRX3 is murdered round the back. And I think they celebrate a good win there with the Royalist troops. So, in the next round, you can see the guys again building massive barricades here at the entrance. Because of the likes of the horses in the background and this Royalist Dragoon walking backwards. So, you see one casualty already. And the battles are being watched by our friends, Mr. and Mrs. Two-Dimensional Bird. In come the cav of the Royalist forces. And let's see, it's Lowman. Lowman is the commanding officer. And here he is. As you can see, grizzled face. Much combat has been seen by this man. Probably means he's going to get shot first, but never mind. So he's bringing the boys forward. Getting everyone ready to shoot. Oh! Down goes one of his number. As they're moving forward. So, Lowman and the lads. And more drowning horses again. What is with drowning horses and idiot cavalry? Oh! Ah, you see. He's offering an offer to surrender or die. And then no surrender. Look at that. So, Royalist Dragoon. And there we go, the fire going in. So they're going for the death option. As you can see now, they're taking down multiple members. Oh, down goes a cavalryman. And Dazza goes in with a little bit of a... Not sure what he's got there. It's a strange invisible weapon. But he's backwards and he's on down towards the moat. He's got his feet wet and down he goes. Rolling into the moat. As the last Catholic in England is doing his engineering duty. Oh no. Another Fort Derp. A tradition set in Napoleonic Wars. So now you can see here the Royalist pikemen. All these pikeys looking to attack. Let's have a look. It looks like they may have lost their commanding officer early on. But it is Lowman in command. And Dutch taking down the odd member of the Dragoons. And John Stammes waiting with an almighty great pole in his hand. Make of that whatever you wish.
England's freedom.
Okay. Good for you, Mr. Dutch. What is going on around here? Okay. And look at, there's a defensive barricade being made by the last Catholic in England. Fine aggressive engineering work being done. We heartily approve. So, Dazza came out there for a little bit of a murdering spree and sadly was not successful. And in comes Lowman and the troops to break down the barricade. And he's going up against one of the enemy. And there's a crashed horse as well. Oh, was that an explosive box? It is! Run for it! Okay, so that probably didn't work as much as they would have liked, but never mind. As Dazza comes in, and more explosive boxes are being placed. Oh dear me. So this has degenerated very quickly. As John Stammes defends himself with a fine pike work. Look at that, the long reach of the pike, keeping the enemy at bay. Stabbing the enemies in the back. And now... Potpourri? Isn't that the stuff you put in your toilet to make it smell nice? Okay, maybe not. So, the attack has been repelled. Look at that. And they pause, they take aim, and they fire. And manage to miss everything. So, we've got this defensive encampment over here. And last Catholic in England building some more additional anti-horse obstacles. You've got John Stammes, Dutch, Dazza, and Misha. And out goes Misha. He's going to get hammered. Look out, boys and girls. Means business. Oh, gets shot once. So, wondering if they're following him. As Misha tries to do a little bit of a roundabout route. Can he surprise them? Oh, look out. Could it be John? No, it's Lowman. Oh, he's going in for the box. And he gets murdered for his troubles. And the box is left to blow up. As you can see now, the force is moving forward. With Lowman leading the guys, moving them forward inch by inch. And look, up on the tower. Black Watch 1745. As you can see, Lowman leading the boys forward. And down he goes. Courtesy of Dazza. An early casualty. Now he's going to have to try and get back in there. Pushing the boys forward. Try and break down those barricades. And box. Oh! Boxes! So many boxes. Misha with a massive kill. On the enemy. And it going in with a little bit of rifle butt action is Dazza. It's always about the butt action. And Lowman getting involved as well. Stabbing one of the enemy. And charging into the barricade. Oh, look at that. Goes in, and now it's sword on sword. Against his opponent. Oh, fine. Slice into the face of John Stamnos. Now, can he get up there and attack the enemy? Oh, dear. Now you can see he's in trouble. Lowman, he's defending himself against the attacker. Ouch! Down! Courtesy of Blackwatch. Goes Lowman, the commander. And this has got a little bit messy here, as you can see. Misha setting in some suicide boxes. I'm failing, getting hit by the last one. Is he going to get hit? He's moving it towards them. Oh dear, Misha. There's suicide bombing action here. And more drowning horses over on the left there. So he's going in with the attack. And now you can see in front of him the line lining up. This could be unfortunate. Bring it on. The box is ready. He's bringing the boxes forward. Oh, Misha. And he's using it to walk the boxes towards the enemy. And take down as many of them as he can. Look at this. Next level strategy coming in here from Misha. Down he goes. And down go more Irish mercenaries. Oh dear. There we go. He's claimed defeat. That's it. The 4 minutes is over. Never mind. Let's have a look as we make our way through the craters that mark the arrival of Misha. As you can see, one of Misha's corpses probably got his head blown off as a result of all those things. As look at that, the fire coming in. As John Stamos takes a bullet. And there's Misha again. Oh goodness me, look at this. Oh, fine boxes, but non-explosive boxes this time. Hello, boys. Oh, he didn't get a full gamut there. Poor Misha. Didn't work as much as he would have liked it to. He's currently now dead as a doornail. As there's a mercenary. Being taken down by the enemy. And they still haven't managed to capture the fort yet. Soldiers' rights. And now, mercenary musketeer. Correction, ex-mercenary musketeer. More Irishmen. Look at this. It's Misha. Fighting for his life. Oh, he brings out the box. Can he get it in time? He now has to block. As he's got his back to the almost. Oh, he goes down. Poor Misha is no more. And here's Lowman in, trying to take down the defences. And Last Catholic in England just keeps putting them back as soon as he destroys them. Get out there. As Last Catholic in England getting stabbed. Whether or not he's going to put in some kind of suicide switch, we'll have to wait and see. There's a fine slice and a dice as Lowman goes over the top and takes down the enemy. And now he's by the flag. The question is whether or not the flag will drop far enough for him to capture it. Down goes Lowman. Killed by sorry for calling you a homophobe. What a name. Oh, goodness. It's Misha again. Getting stabbed at the bottom while he tries to build some barricades. Dear, look at this. 39 seconds left on the clock. There's Dazza. There's Last Catholic in England. And it looks like they may have actually held the fort. Look at this. Continuing to fight to the last man. There's Dutch. In with the pole arms. You can see horsey defences being placed against the inevitable attack of the enemy. Oh dear. Swords laying everywhere. Oh, stabbed in the back. And the Parliament defend the fort. Fine stuff. Well, we're back again. And it's Lowman and his 20 men. The bot army. Uh-oh. And a massive explosion. Misha with a multiple kill there. You can see him blocking the way. Almost corralling the enemy to come in certain ways. As Misha now comes under attack outside. Attempts some blocks. But there's still some engineering work occurring out there in the field. Down he goes. Stabbed by Lowman. And so now Lowman has been swapped. And fine stabbing coming in here from Deducus. Oh goodness. What is going on here? The boys getting prepared. And the musketeers now making their way back. As Dutch is now the commander. And doesn't he look handsome?
Hold this position!
There we go. Getting the boys ready to fire. Down go one or two. You can see them tracking somebody over here on the left. Who is this sneaky person? It's Lowman. Using strategy. So, they're making their way forward and up above the fort. Two-dimensional bird watches silently. And yawing slightly as they fly. So, is Misha? Probably. I'm guessing. No, it's Last Catholic. Building up his defences again. And there's a gentleman with a large pole in his hand. And that's John Stamos. Uh-oh. More explosive attacks coming in. From Sorry. Uh-oh. Oh, he goes in for the attack. And look at that. Oh, fantastic. Poor old Misha tried to put a box down and got blown up by it. Oh dear, and now you can see Misha going in there with the sword. And fine slice and dice work coming in from him. Oh, more boxes. Fine explosive works going on. As there's Dazza. And Sorry. And Misha. And here is Lowman, ready with the butt.
God save the king!
Fine shooting from the lads. Felled unceremoniously. Deducus waiting with the pole. I'm hearing some engineering being done. Still Last Catholic in England, building his impregnable fort of derp. Fantastic stuff. So.
God save the king!
God indeed. So, they're waiting by the cannons. We've got this fellow, Lowman, out with his pistol. And the most ineffectual pistol in history. Whoops, it's bad for Lowman. Going in for a little bit of a slice. Taking down the odd mercenary musketeer. Trying to do a bit of circling around. And taking down Dutch as well. It's only a matter of time before he gets shot. Oh my goodness, there's loads of boxes. Uh-oh. Loads of boxes. Oh dear. Irresponsible explosive usage, I think is fair to say. And it's Misha taking down more people. 62 kills. Oh, Misha now in trouble. He's getting diddled. And he got well and truly murdered. Okay, that didn't go so well. So, there's Lowman. And up the front is Dazza. Behind their defensive position. And it wasn't very defensive for poor old Dazza. Unceremoniously murdered. Bit of engineering deadwood there. As you've still got the cavalry trying to do some damage. Lowman in doing his murdering. A fine quick saber slices and he's finished off. Shot off his horse. Oh my god, what the hell is that? We're riding a massive tiger? Really? Okay, and there goes Misha. Okay, that was a little strange. Basically, he was riding a giant cat. Which is... Oh my god, look at this. Yeah, not really sure what to say about that. A little bit extreme. And definitely very silly. Especially when you look at the back legs of said pussycat. Down goes the kitty. And Chadtopia getting battered. Absolutely air-conditioned by the enemy. And what's going on up here? There's Lol Man. Oh, there we go. He's been teleported away. He got stuck up there. Now, the forces continue to push. More mercenary musketeers make their way down the main path, looking to try and take the fort as best they can. So, here we can see not a lot of boxes this time, but lots of polearm work. There's Lol Man working the pole. Yeah, make of that whatever you wish. And now you can see them taking down the carts, which is his only form of defense at the moment. He's going for a stab at the legs. Try and get that all-important first stab in. And so Dazza, Blackwatch, and Last Catholic, you can see, building the defences. Fine engineering work coming in from him. And there it is, the Pussy Patrol has arrived. Look at the back of the legs, it does look a little bit like it needs a little bit of work there. And down goes the kitty cat. As Chadtopia remains. Until he gets murdered. Poor Chadtopia, it didn't go well. As 3 minutes remain for the defense of the fort. Oh, good God. And Sorry's up the top there. Doesn't he look devilishly handsome? Face like a smacked ass. So you can see there another Irishman. And now, oh dear, Sorry's making his way out. And the slicing and dicing continues. As they're trying to kill the enemy. Nice work coming in from Sorry. As a cat makes its way past. As Sorry gets murdered by the musketeers. But yeah, look at the back haunches of the cat. Very triangular-like at the back. Does make it look a little bit strange. Needs a little bit of work on that, I'm guessing. But to say it's strange is an understatement. Never mind. So, let's find out. As you can see, there's a lot of flags in this fort. Fantastic stuff. As defences continue to be worked in by, or worked on I should say, by Last Catholic in England. And mercenary musketeers still continue to try and push the point. Here we go. Goes in for a quick slice. He's going up against the enemy, and the enemy is taken down by Misha. Here he is. What?
A light to lighten the Gentiles and the glory of thy people Israel.
Okay. So Dazza's in as a man of the cloth. Look at that for a fine nose. A highly religious
Sing
nose.
to God, you kingdoms of the earth. Sing praise to the Lord. To him who rides across the highest heavens, the ancient heavens, who thunders with mighty voice.
Well, precisely. So, the stabbing and grabbing is continuing. Look at that little man in classic sort of medieval get-up. Oh, fine axe work coming in from him. That's a brutal one-handed axe. A lot of weight and inertia behind that one. Maybe some of the musket balls will ping off his armour. We'll have to wait and see. Right now he's being battered a little bit. And he's taken down the sword. As down goes Lolman. As the Parliament have defended the fort. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That has been a commander battle for the mod Pike and Shotte. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and hopefully we can bring you more, maybe some organised battles. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we'll see you again next time for more Mount and Blade. Take care, everyone.